Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. For this morning, we will present a proclamation to the Catholic Sisters Week, introduce our mayor for a day, showcase a brand new City of Erie map, provide an update on LERTA, discuss tonight's presentation to City Council, and give an update on the 2020 census. Now I'll turn it over to the mayor. Mayor?
Thank you, Frank, and good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to begin today's press conference with a very special recognition of some very special members of our community. They work tirelessly to improve the lives of other people. I would like to invite County Executive Kathy Dahlkemper and State Representatives Bob Murski and Pat Harkins to join me up here. And also I'd like to ask all Catholic sisters present to please come forward and find a place to stand up here. I'm going to let Representative Murski and Kathy Dahlkemper present their proclamations first. As they both have another event I think they need to get to very quickly here. So, Kathy?
Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you, Mayor Schember, for inviting us to come here and join you in celebrating the wonderful work that is done throughout Erie County by the three sisters organizations, the Benedictines, the Mercies, and the Josephites. I myself went to grade school and was taught by the Mercies. I went to high school and was taught by the Josephites. And as an adult, I've been taught many wonderful things also by the Benedictines. So I have been touched personally in my own life by all three. But I know that our community is richer, and certainly the people who are most needy in our community are much better off because of the great work that is done every single day by the sisters of these three organizations. So I won't read my whole proclamation, but I have one for each, and I'll just do the first one and I'll do the last. Whereas Catholic Sisters, the Sisters of Mercy, the Sisters of St. Joseph of Northwestern Pennsylvania, the Benedictine Sisters of Erie, and others are communities of spirit having hearts for ministry, which is a theme of Catholic Sisters Week being celebrated March 8th through 14th, 2020. Now, therefore, I, Kathy Dahlkemper, County Executive of Erie County, Pennsylvania, extend my sincere and deep appreciation to Catholic sisters who have made our lives and our community a much better place, and hereby proclaim the week of March 18th through 14th, 2020 as Catholic Sisters Week in Erie County. Thank you again for all the work that you do. Thank you. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Kathy.
Again, we want to thank the sisters. I won't read the entire citation from the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. Pat and I were joking outside. I go, we gave a lot of these ladies the gray hairs. And we know they're going straight to heaven because they did their purgatory teaching us. But we want to recognize the sisters. Sister Patricia was my advisor when I was a student at Mercyhurst College. In the cadet program when I was a teacher, and like Kathy said, you know, I was very fortunate at Cathedral Prep. I had the Sisters of St. Joseph. My aunt was a Benedictine sister, and I was taught by the Mercies. And so when I think about the sisters and I think about the city of Erie, they're woven into the fabric of this community, and they've responded to the needs of the times when they started teaching immigrant children in this community when they didn't know the language. The sisters came over and took over that responsibility. And as the needs changed, the work of the sisters has changed. And now, working with the poorest of the poor, the least among us, those on the margins, they've always stepped up and responded to the needs of the times. And Erie is a better place because of these women. And we are very grateful to recognize you today, and we're very grateful for your work that you've done and that you continue to do. And more importantly, the work that you've done inspiring others to continue your ministries. It doesn't begin and end with you. You've lit a fire in this community that will live on well past each individual order, and that is your legacy to this community, and we want to thank you for that. Patrick.
Thank you. I, too, have 8 years of Catholic grade school. Sister Nancy Fisher was one of my teachers along that way. Luckily, the statute of limitations is up, so can't say enough positive things about the sisters in our community. We're always proud to stand with them for the work that they do, especially in my district. There's areas that some people wouldn't even venture into, but you'll always find the sisters there. They're always digging in, and they're always ready to go, and they are a true asset to our community, and I thank them deeply for that. Thank you.
So with that, we'll present these citations to you. These copy of this citation will be in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. This citation is on behalf of Representative Kurt Sonny from Harbor Creek, Representative Ryan Bizzaro from Mill Creek Township, and Representative Harkins and myself from the City of Erie. We thank you for your service, and congratulations.
Don't go away quite yet. I want to, first of all, recognize the sisters that are here with us. First, Ann Wambaugh from the OSB Order. Thank you. Yes. And Patricia Whalen. Patricia, thank you for being here. Leaders from the Sister St. Joseph, Mary Drexler and Phyllis McCracken. Is Phyllis here? Yes. Okay, you didn't come up. And also Carol Morehouse is here as well. Sister Carol, thank you. And finally, Sister Nancy Fisher from the Diocese of Erie and her work there. We have a proclamation. There's so much great things have been said. I don't think I can add anything. I think, Frank, one mistake we made was I only have one proclamation. Everybody else had three. So you're going to need to get two more done and get them to the sisters. And again, I'll just read a couple of the sections of this. For nearly 170 years, the Catholic sisters have selflessly educated, comforted, and led by example generations of citizens here in Erie County. Their tireless work, done in love, has followed closely the values of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Now, therefore, I, Joseph V. Schember, Mayor of the City of Erie, extend a heartfelt appreciation to all Catholic sisters who have dedicated their lives to the care of others and proclaim the week of March 8th through March 14th, Catholic Sisters Week in Erie, Pennsylvania. I encourage all residents to recognize and celebrate the ministry of our Catholic sisters. And I also probably should add that my entire education through graduate school was in Catholic schools. The only exception was in kindergarten I went to Irving, which is a public school. Other than that, everything was Sacred Heart, St. Mark's Seminary, Gannon, and then the University of Dayton. So congratulations. I'm going to give this to one of you, and the other two will.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks for being with us today. Do any of you want to say anything? Sister Nancy, thank you.
I just want to thank all of you. It's been our privilege and honor to be part of the Erie community. We have been blessed. We have gained as much as we have given. So thank you very much for honoring us, and hopefully we'll continue to work together into the future. Thank you.
Again, thanks to everyone for being here. And sisters, I think some of the media is probably going to want to interview you at the end of the press conference, so please hang around when we're done today. Our next order of business today is to recognize our mayor for the day, Brendan Thurston. Brendan, would you please come up and join me? Thank you. Welcome. We've developed our Mayor for the Day program as an incentive for public school students to help them realize the new opportunities they have in their lives. This year, we'll recognize a public school student the first Thursday of each month. Erie Public Schools identify students who show improvements in their ABCs and recognize them with the Stair Climber Award. Now, ABC stands for Attendance, Behavior, and Classroom Performance. For the Mayor for the Day program, Erie Public Schools select from the pool of students who receive their Stair Climber Award. These students demonstrate positive behavior and work hard every day to succeed. This month's Mayor for the Day is Brendan Thurston. He's a senior at Erie High School. Brendan plays football and enjoys exercise. What position do you play, Brendan? Linebacker. And quarterback?
No.
No? Cornerback? No?
No.
All linebacker? Okay. According to Erie High School administrators, and this is a quote, Brendan is a wonderful young man and a leader in our building. They go on to say, Brendan works hard in the classroom and on the athletic field. He's always polite and respectful in the hallways. Brendan is going to succeed at whatever he does because of his very strong work ethic. Brendan is the son of Daryl Craig, also known as Brother D. He's taking the photos here in the front. He coordinates the Erie Bluecoats, which is an anti-violence group that helps keep peace in the Erie neighborhoods which are around Erie Public Schools. Brother D is also a very good friend of mine, and he gives me great advice every time I talk to him. Brother D, the work you and your team are doing is so important. I want to take this opportunity to publicly thank you for your devotion and your commitment to the students here in Erie. You're also a wonderful mentor. You're making a big difference here in Erie. Can we give Brother D a round of applause? Mayor Brendel's day today began when the fire chief, Joe Walco, who's here with us as well, met him at the Erie High School and brought him to City Hall in the fire chief's SUV. Did you enjoy that ride? After arriving at City Hall, he received his city lanyard, which he's wearing, and a name badge, and toured parts of City Hall. Brendan's day today will also include an opportunity to share his thoughts with me about Erie's future, a tour of a firehouse, and you'll also get to ride in a fire truck, and I understand you're also allowed to climb to the top of the ladder if you want to. It's totally up to you. He'll have a tour of the Erie Police Station and also get a ride in a police cruiser. Brendan and Brother D will also be joining us for our monthly brown bag lunch. Brendan will also be receiving a couple of my pens, a city lapel pin, which I believe you already have that on, yes, photos, and also a certificate commemorating today's experience. Brendan will submit a 2 to 3 paragraph reflection on his experience during today as mayor for the day to his English teacher, and I think you have to turn that in next week. Right? He'll then be asked to share his reflections with the school board at the next school board meeting. Before you sit down, I want to read you your proclamation. And again, we're recognizing Brendan Thurston as mayor for the day of the city of Erie. Whereas Brendan Thurston is a senior at Erie High School and is chosen to be mayor for the day today, Thursday, March the 5th. Whereas Brendan Thurston is the mayor for the day because he works hard in the classroom and on the athletic field. He is always polite and respectful in school hallways. Whereas Brendan Thurston will attend the mayor's weekly news conference, he is attending it, share thoughts about Erie's future, tour City Hall, tour the police station, ride in a police cruiser, tour the firehouse, and ride in a fire truck. And he'll also be having lunch with the mayor and a lot of my staff. Whereas Brendan Thurston will write a student reflection about his experiences as mayor for the day and share it in the next Erie School Board meeting. Now, therefore, on this 5th day of March, 2020, I, Joseph E. Schember, mayor of the city of Erie, hereby recognize Brendan Thurston as mayor of the city of Erie for a day. I commend him for his success so far and encourage him to continue making a positive difference everywhere you go. Brendan is Erie's future. Let's have a round of applause for Brendan. I warned Brendan about this. I was going to give him an opportunity to say a few words, but only if he wants to. You want to sit down? Okay. Good. Okay, next, we're excited to continue hearing from the Erie School District about how they are helping Erie's future generations become educated and well-rounded citizens. Erica Irwin, the coordinator of the Erie School District's Relations and Strategic Communications, is here with us today, and I believe, Erica, you're going to tell us about renovations coming at Collegiate Academy. Is that right? Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, for the opportunity. We appreciate it. First off, Brendan, on behalf of Superintendent Brian Polito and all of us here at the Erie's Public Schools, we want to thank you for being a wonderful ambassador, not only to Erie High, but a great representative of all that is wonderful about Erie's Public Schools. We know you have no greater role model than the man sitting right next to you, who has contributed so much to not just the school district, but to this community, and we know you'll do the same. Thank you very much. Wanted to take just a couple minutes today to talk to you about the renovation, the upcoming renovation project at Northwest Pennsylvania Collegiate Academy. You may have heard about it. It is a $10 million renovation project, one of the largest renovation projects in recent memory for Erie's Public Schools. It's going to include a brand new roof, some exterior masonry work, and also complete restoration of what was the old natatorium area, along with some other work. That work is expected to begin in April. We wanted to let you know that so that students and families and members of the public who are driving around that area during that time, it's time to start thinking about your commutes and how best to navigate that that construction zone. You're going to see a lot of construction vehicles around the area of the school. So just an early public service announcement to start taking that into account when you drive in the area. But more than just a renovation project, I hope it signals to the students, the staff, and the entire community there our continued dedication to what is the marquee college preparatory school in the region and among those in the state. It's part of our $80 million plus facilities improvement plan. And you're also, as part of that plan, going to see continued improvement at Erie High and many of our other schools going forward. So we are excited to be in the position that we can make these sort of much-needed renovations and show our continued dedication, not just to the students and staff there, but to the community. So thank you in advance for your patience and understanding as we navigate that large project, but we are confident that it will be all to the benefit of the entire community. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Erica. This sounds like a great project that's really going to benefit students for many years to come. I encourage all residents to stay up to date on what's happening with our Erie School District. You can visit eriesd.org to do that. And I'm blessed with a very efficient staff. One of them, Aaron Lockie, brought me 2 more, the proclamations for the sisters. So we're the 2 orders that did not get one. Okay. Did you know that Erie has a brand new map right now? Aaron Carey, the city's neighborhood planner, will now walk us through this awesome feature, the awesome features of this new map. Aaron, you join me. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Like the mayor said, I'm the neighborhood planner for the city of Erie. I was asked to speak today just to let folks know about a new tool on our city's website called My Neighborhood. It's a mapping tool that helps residents navigate and explore different information about their neighborhood. So as you can see, this is our city outline right here. This is Erie. And on the left-hand side here, we can select different practical things like when is our trash pickup, when's your trash pickup night. You can zoom in to see if you live on the West Bayfront. You can zoom in to see that it would be Monday night. But there's also things like voting districts. You can find your polling place, zoning code. You can see where your neighborhood is zoned. School district lines for elementary and middle school. Code enforcement zones, so you can see which code enforcement officer is responsible for your neighborhood. It also includes some more fun things like city parks and also public art locations. And also, as a fun project with our sustainability coordinator at the city, we also included where the biggest trees in Erie are by type. So a fun asset. So the tool just allows you to explore citywide. You can also search by address on the bottom if you're looking for your specific residence. So we're hoping that this will be a one-stop shop for residents looking for neighborhood information on the city website. If you have any questions or comments on the map, things that you think should be added or corrected, feel free to contact me at ecarui@erie.pa.us. Thank you.
Can you show zip codes of that?
Oh, we can't, but that's a good addition.
Okay. Let's have a round of applause. Thanks a lot, Aaron. This is really a wonderful resource for everyone here in Erie, from garbage collection pickups to who's your neighborhood code enforcement officer, to where's the closest public art. You can find out all that stuff on this map, which is wonderful. Thank you for your hard work in putting this together, Aaron. The map's available on the city's website. Just go to cityof.erie.pa.us. Last week, we had 3 new LERTA permits issued. All were residential, and the total was 14,500 of those 3. These applications were for replacing a porch, putting a second floor porch enclosed, and also doing some interior renovations. So as of yesterday, March 4th, which is the 34th week since we first implemented the new LRTA on January 3rd of last year, we've now had 109 LRTA applications for a total investment in the area of $28,682,318. Now, based on some things I've heard recently, I think we're going to see a huge increase in this next week, so stay tuned. Before closing, 2 other things we want to cover very briefly. First is make everyone aware of tonight's City Council study session with Gordon Mann from Public Financial Management. Tonight at 5:30 p.m., Gordon will present PFM's early intervention plan in City Council chambers. We will stream the discussion on all our social media platforms and Nextdoor, and the PFM report is also currently available on the city's website. Finally, I want to briefly just remind everyone about the important task each of us must do, the most important task we have this year, and that is to complete the 2020 census. The census starts in about a week. It's coming up really quickly here. It's important that everyone living in Erie County is counted because it impacts 2 things. First is the amount of federal aid we receive, and second is our representation in Washington, D.C. For everyone not counted, we lose $2,100 per year, every year for the next 10 years. We know that in 2010, we know for a fact that only 81% of the people in Erie County were actually counted. For 2020, the census is estimating that we'll miss about 50,519 people in Erie County. If that happens, we lose over $1 billion, that's $1 billion with a B, in federal funding over the next 10 years. An accurate count is also vital to determining our congressional representation as well as Pennsylvania's electoral college votes. So remember, the census is bound by federal law to keep your information personal and confidential for 72 years. The personal information in the 9 questions that you'll answer for yourself and each member of your family is kept strictly confidential and not disclosed to anyone. Your data is used only for statistical purposes. Your responses are compiled in information about your homes to produce statistics which never identify you, your home, or any person in your home. Finally, if someone claiming to be from the census calls you by email or phone and asks you personal information, it's a scam and you should not cooperate with that. That wraps up today's press conference. Thanks everyone for being here, and everyone who's spoke is obviously going to be available for interviews. Thanks very much.